Friday on Facebook. Join us here live. We want to welcome you to the evil empire where we will undoubtedly end the world. Maybe you can help me save it. Here, live, it's the Jaw Show.
I'm waiting for a picture. Okay, I'm going to assume you guys can see me. I just can't see myself here, guys. So hopefully this thing has been recording here. And it says 6 minutes and 33 seconds it has been recording. And I think I'm waiting for it to start back up again. La 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 la. La 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 la. Hey, look. Hey, guys, look. I'm up. I'm good. They didn't stop my evil plan. Look, it's time for the Jaw Show. Welcome to November 19th, 2021. Hey, tonight is the blood moon eclipse. If you're a Wiccan or a witch or anything out there and have any sense of ritual or any kind of sense within you, you better gather that magic tonight. You know that, right, guys? But, it's important for us to talk about the things that necessarily we need to talk about. So let's see here. We can bring up my dashboard. Hey, dashboard. Why don't we go full screen on this bad boy? It doesn't look like I'm going to have visitors today. Anyway, today's episode is called Not Your Land. Hey, you know what? We can keep it like this. Hey, if you want to make a comment here, maybe that'll pop up here and it'll say, hey, dude, you have a comment. It's fun for you to check this out. Okay, wait, hey, I saw something here. Comments. Okay, comments. Here comments. They're just really trying to stop my evil plan. I just know it. It's just, that's all it is. It's all these people trying to stop my evil plan. That's all it is. It's just a bunch of people crazy going, with comments going on and blah, 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 blah. Right? I don't care. All viewers can participate in chat. There we go. We're already good to go. All right. Hey, okay, let's get back to the mission at hand here, guys. All right, so the reason I'm being a little bit goofy is to kind of get that, comedy satire stuff out of the way. Okay, hey, you know what I'm really here for today? I am not here for myself. I am here for, yes, discussion. Block comments with links. Hell no, I don't care about that. Okay, I don't care if you only have comments over 100. We don't need to be that anal about it. Hey, it says all is welcome. That's all I need to do. Okay, going back to minus. Wait. I want to go back to the big screen. Where's my big screen? When you guys are seeing this here, you see me frantically trying to find out how do I increase the size of the stupid thing I just did. Oh, maybe I go back to live tab. Okay, let's go back to live tab. Let's see if this does anything. Okay, so you're watching me on my computer screen frantically trying to go, how do I get out of this thing? I need to go back to where I can actually see myself. So these people over here going, huh? Okay, so I'm recording the episode through a thing right now. So when you see the episode, you'll understand why that's a funny thing. Okay? We're going to leave it right here, guys. We're not going to try to do anything else with it right now. I just need you to pay attention. I'm sorry, guys. I have to do it for this. The indigenous people have been wronged in so many different ways, I can't list them all off in one episode. I believe that what we did to the people who originally lived here is barbaric at best, and that's a soft word. Hey, look, there's the evil people again. Okay, see, now you gotta see that this and this and that and all that thing and all that other source, Don't, if you know what I mean, jelly bean. All right, come on. There's got to be, you know, all controls. No, I don't fucking care anymore. Anyway, so you know, um, we stole their land. We came here and said, hey, let's be friends. And then what we're really doing all this time is going, they have a lot of places for us to live, right? Let's just, you know, take a couple of people over here and, you know, systematically live. Well, a few turned into 100,000, and then people started moving west because of the whole gold thing, and all the Native American people in the way, you know, were just in the way. So, you know, all these white guys, you know, and I'd like to publicly and personally apologize for anything my white race has done against the Native American people, the black people, any other person who has been systematically objectified and or otherwise completely and totally fricked up the butt by the system because of the color of their skin, the way they live, the way they breathe. That includes LGBTQ rights. That includes your right to live. That includes your right to choose or not choose. It doesn't matter which way you go. You're still your right to do that. All right? You may not like the answer someone is giving you sometimes, but you know what? We are guests on this land. No matter how you think about it, we are guests on this land. And if Mother Earth decides she wants to shake us about and go, well, what do you think COVID's been about? Okay, now that I've talked about the indigenous people for just a start, and I'm just going to say, hey, looks at this pretty person on this camera. Look at it. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Okay. All right, we're putting the American flag back on because I do love America. I don't like how it was founded. I don't like what we did to the people who originally owned this land. Although I have no personal history that I know of that did anything against the Native American people, I don't know. I didn't research it that well, so I can't say I haven't done something in my historical past that I have no idea my historical past could have possibly ever conceived me knowing. Okay, all right. Besides, our whole Bleezy clan, you know, just for my real name for a second, you know, we're mostly people of preachers of faith, fishermen, or they were farmers. That's about the only thing they did. And from what I hear, they didn't do it in a mean, nasty way. They did it in a can we live here kind of a way. And they said, yeah, sure, why not? As long as you don't bother us, we won't bother you. Okay. And they lived together forever with all of the people that they surrounded them. They built their own community. New Sweden, New Sounding. I think I'm going to get that wrong, but okay. Sorry, Grandpa, I got that wrong. Apologize to you and all my ancestors for getting my own history wrong. Okay, we don't need to see notifications right now. Oh, look, you guys got to see my notifications. See, people who will see this episode will understand. But until you see what I'm going to be putting out there, you won't understand. But it's important for me as an American, as someone who has always, and I mean always, gosh darn it, this thing's going to keep popping up, and I don't know how to effing fix it. I can't learn anymore. I'm in the middle of a show, you dumbass. Or am I? I don't even know if I'm still recording. It's still at 7:50. Now it starts working again. Okay, so, you know, I started by looking at who lived here first when I was a young boy for my moral compass in the universe. I looked to the Native Americans. For some odd reason, right around 18, I had developed such a golden brown tan that people thought I was Native American. And rather than shy away from it, I said, yep, you're right. I'm just a tiny bit Native American, but only a very tiny bit. I said, I don't have rights to land or anything like that. I'm just got the gene in there that says, yeah, once upon a time, some grandma or grandpa or second, third fucking cousin to whoever knows. And I swore, oh no, that's why it's an 18 plus show. Okay. Pick my nose, have a cigarette, drink my water. Hey, in case you didn't understand me, I have a daily pick show that you can come visit every day at 2:00. Now, normally I try to get them out in a timely manner, but I haven't been feeling very well, And that series is all about me going through a journey that I don't necessarily want to go through, but I have to do a daily injection every day, 3 times a week, 3 times a day, every day for every week, for 8 more weeks. And that's not what bothers me. What bothers me is that I shouldn't have gotten infected in this frickin' first place, and I should have had to go through all this. The cortisone should have just worked for me, and I should be working with a beautiful, functioning back right now. I wish I could just go, don't alert me. Every time you see that, that's my computer saying I don't have a fast enough cable speed. So if you see that while we're recording on the screen now, you understand. But the Native American people were here first. They were surviving on the land, you know. And I want to show you something else too, because you'll notice I'm wearing a different kind of stone here this week. Me and my wife, we've gone through a lot of things in our lives. You know, we've been through a lot. You know, we've both have our fair share of horror in our lives. Now, have we gotten the worst you could possibly get in a life? No, we haven't by far. You know, but we did survive some pretty horrible stuff that some people would wish they would never have to go through. People I wish and I see every day who walk this life and go, oh, I've never known a day of abuse. I've never known a day of hatred. I've never known a day of discontent or disbelief. You know, you find me that person, I want to shake that person's hand. I really do. But, you know, in the Native American belief, tobacco is sacred. It is a sacred substance to them. You're burning tobacco, and you do it in honor of all the brothers and sisters, all the ancestors of all the nations of the land that once lived here. I'm not going to name one nation. I'm going to name all nations under the Great Spirit themselves. Bless every Native American out there right now trying to make their world a better place. Hold on to the traditions they so deeply want to hang on to. What's wrong with it? I think I've had a couple of Native American friends in my life, and I'll tell you what, you want to go see some beautiful dancing? Go to a powwow one of these days. Go to a sweat lodge one of these days and cleanse all the crap out of yourself that you don't need anymore. Go visit an actual reservation where it's not doing so well and actually see what we are putting these people through. You know, it's not a reservation anymore. Right. Okay. Oh, this is the only Native American land you're allowed to own. No, this is all of the land we allow you to own. You're living on our land, you know? That's why this episode's called Not Your Land, because I wanted to really dig into it. Now, the Pilgrims, granted, maybe the first ones were really, really nice. Maybe they had a great time that first time, right? And maybe the Native Americans trusted us way too much, and they didn't know a thing about us. They didn't know what we came from, where we came from, what kind of diseases, plants, things we are in contact with. They had no idea. They just saw people coming from a great distance trying to come on the shore. You know, for the first time, people from another land was coming to visit you. And if you're a Native American, you understand that a journey from great beyonds is not necessarily a bad thing, you know? You know what? I hate all lot of you. Okay, you're going down for a second. Oh, look at the trip. Oh, no, you saw part of my room that we're supposed to see. Oh, no, not that. Okay. Now I got you got out of that system. Darn those evil people trying to ruin my darn evil plan by trying to save the world already. Jesus Christ. Do you really think I want to go press a magic button in the middle of a gosh darn it field? Okay. Hey, my Aunt Sandy was in the military. I don't know the rank or where she served, but she served in the United States military. And she served it with pride and honor. And this is one of those things that she willed to me And I'm so grateful I have this because it is so beautiful wreath of gold and pewter. It's, fake gold. It's not even real gold or anything like that. It's just, it's a pretty little object. But you know what this represents to me? The circle of life. And even though I have died, I grow. You know, you may feel empty now, but if you put it up somewhere and look at it every single day and you fill your heart with that memory, at this point, I think I should just leave the action needed low FPS thing there. Kind of my funny. You know what, guys? I'm tired of this. People who get to see the recording of this are going to probably laugh their butt up. Go, go away, go away. And you guys who can't see the recording quite yet, you're seeing the live version, you're seeing me talk to myself. Well, okay. Well, I told you in the beginning, I'm a crazed megalomaniac lunatic who is designed to blow up the world with the big red magic button. You know what? I don't think the Native Americans would mind too much if every last one of you went away. Every last one of you. And for some odd reason, they're the only ones that survive. Oh, dear. I wonder why that happened. Some stupid idiot is thinking out there, I can come up with an idea that will wipe out some other race. I don't care what race it is. I love every last one of them because, what I do when I see somebody who's different than me? I say, hey, do you mind me asking you a couple of questions about your experience so far? You know what the response sometimes is? No, I don't want to talk about it. What do you want to know about it? I says, I like to hear people's stories. I get to learn about humanity every single day because I'm curious enough to ask someone. I'm the guy who asked the black man after George Floyd, hey, how do you feel after this? What do you honestly take from this? As someone who I don't even know the opinion of quite yet, tell me what your opinion is. And you know what that black man did? He told me his truth. He told me his opinion about it. And we both talked about the outrage of what happened, right? See, evil people, let me go. I should learn more, but I'm live, so you know what? Those who are watching, low FPS warning is brought to you in part by the evil people trying to stop my evil plan. Din, 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 din. Press that magic red button any day you want, right, peoples? It's like, I don't even have a magic red button. I have a magic red lighter. I have a magic red smokerito here. I have maybe a magic drink. Hell, my stone is the stone. If a magic, hey, I'm wearing this because I need to remind myself there's everyday magic in the world right now. And you got to give the Native Americans credit. They said, okay, this is all you want to give us? All right. You can't tell us how to live on this land. You can't tax us on this land. You can't do anything without our permission on this land. And then guess what happens? They build these epic grand casinos on top of them where people can go gamble freely on it because it's Native American land. It has no jurisdiction whatsoever in the United States of America and or, you guessed it, your local state. So anything you win on that land is subject to the native laws and the native tax if they should so impose one. And since the casino always takes a cut no matter how you look at it, and because they do cooperate with the State Department and the federal side of it, they get their cut too. Everyone gets their cut. Everyone goes home happy. Everyone goes home thinking, I might just have to re-record this episode anyway. Or maybe I'll leave it because it's funny as hell that these pop-ups keep happening. And you all don't see it until I get this. See this little timer here? People who are watching me have this little timer. I don't know how to increase my stupid FPS whatever log, I can't. I'm trying to find out how to just look at the picture like, it's full screen, but I can't even figure that out. I'm not a smart man. You guys think I'm smart? If you're watching me because you think I'm smart, well, thank you for the compliment, but I'm not. I'm not even the most intelligent or honest person in the world. I tell you my truth. I tell you the truth, but I can only tell you what I know so far. And I didn't learn like other kids. I learned by someone showing me a picture of it rather than, or showing me how to do it, than writing it down in a book. And then I couldn't understand some of the words, and I couldn't understand some of the numbers, and they never made much sense to me. Even to this day, I have maybe a 10th grade education when it comes to reading, math, and spelling. And I've tried over the years to increase my learning abilities on that, and I just can't seem to grasp past that level. You know what that affords me, though, a little bit more of a spiritual sided mind into the spiritual side of things and the mental side of things. So I got taken back a little bit on my mental, so my mental and spiritual decided to go and compensate for that. So I am a minister. I do have a ministry credential. It's out there on the wall. You can see it. It's one of the ones with the gold star on it right there. One of those is mine. I can actually marry people. Number two, I've been a part of a coven for over 16 years now, maybe less, because I'm not sure exactly. I got to go read my book again and tell myself when I joined this beloved coven I love so much, because I'm getting old and I'm being very forgetful lately. So if you start seeing me repeating myself and going, they just said the same thing over, I don't know, over and over and over again. I want to get personal with you guys. I want to let you know what's going on with me. I want you guys to see that the human condition is real. They were people too. They were people too. All they wanted to do was live on their land peacefully. All they wanted to do was raise their families the way they raised their families, raised them. All they wanted was to be able to trade in peaceful harmony with these new people without getting slaughtered, raped, other industrious, wonderful crimes. And then not only do we have the gall to go infringe on somebody else's land and rights and privileges, we have to bring other people onto this land unwillingly and uncharacteristically, completely abducted from their land and told, you're ours now. And because psychology is a wonderful, dumb thing, that made people will go, it's better than what I was living in. And after the 15th time they whip you, you realize you really do belong to them and you have no spirit left. And the whippings decrease because you're doing everything they want you to do, because you know the next time that they whip you, you might kill them. And then you will die by hanging, because it's a white-driven country with white-driven laws. And I'm a white man saying this, okay? I don't necessarily always like the fact that I am a white man, you know? I don't always like the fact that I have to look back at my heritage and look very closely and say, has any of my family ever heard a black person? Has my family ever heard a Native American person? Has my family ever heard an Asian or Korean or Mexican or any other kind of thing? We've all heard someone in our past. We're not a peaceful people sometimes. We do have a violent nature. We're carnivores for a reason. No. So it's important for you guys to understand that, there are beautiful reasons why things happen the way they do. Unfortunately for the Native Americans, it didn't work out so well for them. I think there should be a way to repay them better than we have ever repaid them before, by giving them back some of these lands that are just open, sitting there and doing nothing. Why can't they live on there? Nothing's there. Let them go live there. Go live there with their own borders and their own fields and their own time. Let them do it whatever way they want. Give them resources if they want it. Don't give them resources if they want it. Maybe if they don't have resources and they have to look on their land for the resources that they need, maybe they can return back to a place where they actually feel like they're connected again. I don't know. I'm not Native American. I can't speak for the Native American people, and I don't speak for the Native American people. I speak for this crazy idiot who decides to come here every week and talk to you guys. Jabadier is just a character I play. The evil villain who is trying to get you guys. Joshua Bleasy wants you to come here and really help me solve the world's problems by saying, hey, how can I be more compassionate to you? When I ask you, how do you want to save the world? All I'm really asking you is, what are you doing to change it? If you really had one way to save the world, what would it be? And I catch people off guard with that question all the time. How would you save the world? You had one way to save the world, one wish to save the world. What would your wish be? What would your idea be? Mine happens to be a big red magic button in the middle of the field on a certain date with all of these crazy people who are in my book who follow my ass till the very end. And then I'm sitting up there laughing my ass off playing any kind of music I want to play as I play the last epic concert of all time because everybody's there partying like madmen going, we can't wait for you to press the damn button already. Because everyone's sick of it. I mean, what are we really heading towards anyway? More violence, more hatred, more bigotry, more non-acceptance of people for who they are. No, there are some things in this world we shouldn't accept. Okay, nothing with an adult and a child should ever be accepted. I don't care. If you are 18 years or older and doing stuff with someone 80 years old, well, then you're at least 18 and capable of making that damn decision. Well, maybe you're not capable, but legally you can make your own damn decisions, okay? 21 should be the more of the legal age. You should just cut it out to you're not legally an adult till your 21st birthday because you know what happens then? You've become an adult, you can already drink, you can already do everything, you can smoke, you can do whatever you want. After 21, your brain's formed enough to where we can say, yeah, all right, you want to go screw your life up? Well, go screw your life up. You want to do something positive with your life and stop complaining about things? Well, maybe you start a stupid podcast designed to help save the world while you talk about this evil plan that's really just a gimmicky book that I pulled out. You know, this symbol actually means a lot to me. I'm a Wiccan. This star means everything to me. The fact that I've got a book called Spells here and I'm flashing the pentacle around all the damn time saying I have an evil plan is a direct contradiction to what my faith is actually all about. And the Native Americans believe in a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful outlook on the ether and the great beyond. They connect with the land and the animals that live upon it. They live their lives the way their land shows them how to live. They talk to the animals as if they were guides in this world. They talk to the plants as if they know more than they do. And then they look up at the stars and they look and they see what they can see beyond their imaginations. And they look and they see this great and powerful spirit that embraces them as long as they hold the tradition of the ways that they were raised upon, that they were told was the truth for their peoples, their families, their nations. I can't speak to what those things are, but they do it in a way that is loving, caring, connective, communicative, community building, and always looking out for your brothers or sisters. Some people disagree how those interactions should go sometimes. Yeah, people disagree. But can we put down the arrows and the knives and the fucking guns already? And yes, I said a naughty word. 18 years old or plus show, guys. So if you're watching the Josh and you go, he swore! Oh, wait, I've already said that in my little thing. It's an 18 plus year show. And if it doesn't say that, I will make sure it says that by the end of the day today because I don't want to filter myself. You know? And I just want to thank you guys for being here to witness my thoughts. I really want to say I wish I understood what a Native American person has gone through in their life. I wish I could walk through their shoes and actually know. I wish I could walk through a very severely disabled person and still come back to my normal body and understand. I wish I could walk through a black man's body and really live a black man's life and truly understand. Maybe that's what reincarnation is about. Maybe that's what God is about. God is just about love. Love you give yourself in return, or God you give from a greater power, or the God-given right of love from the people who surround you every day, your family, your friends, the people who are the most important to you. Found family is just as important as birth family, and sometimes true self is greater than self you have to put on every day as a clown mask in order to survive. I welcome you and thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to the Josh Show every Friday here, Facebook Live, ending today at 10:22. Here we go.